Hi everybody, welcome to the Fire It Up with CJ show. Today we have Madeline Gerwick, and she is going to be sharing with us the Good Timing Guide, which is targeted towards business people who are trying to make harmonious decisions with the universe. So when do you sign a contract? When do you start a new marketing project? The Good Timing Guide will show you the way. Welcome, Madeline.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here.
It's great to have you here. Tell me a little bit about this guide and how it works.
Well, the Good Timing Guide is based on astrological cycles. It's for everybody. It is important for your own projects because your projects have their own birth date and time based on the date and time that you start them. So it's not related to your chart, it's related to your projects. And it tells you just what the energies of a given day are so that you can know, oh, this is a good day to do such and such. Right. And everybody has experienced good days and bad days. Well, it's easy to know in advance when they'll occur.
Nice.
You can just look at the color-coded Good Timing Guide, which tells you in colors like red, green, yellow, and blue, whether it's a good day or challenging day or good for certain things and not so good for other things. So that's the idea, is that anybody can know good timing. And two of the people that were famous for using good timing were J.P. Morgan, who became a billionaire using good timing for his investments.
Fantastic!
And he said,
I love that J.P. Morgan's a woo-woo. Who would have thought?
and he's famous for saying that millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do.
Wow, fantastic.
And Walt Disney also used astrology for opening his theme parks, introducing his movies, major products and things of that sort, signing contracts, all those kinds of things. So it's really used by very high-level people, but not discussed because it was a kind of a top secret.
Yeah.
It's like, how could you... it was like in your arsenal, you had a tool that other people didn't know about, and you could be much more successful using it.
Yeah. Wow, fascinating. So show us what a Good Timing Guide would look like for a month.
Oh, okay. So first of all, here is just a picture of the guide.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just pick out a month here. Here's
So you have
April.
one for every month of the year.
Every month of the year, and it's in both Pacific and Eastern time zones.
Okay.
If you're in Central time zone, you can use Pacific and just subtract an hour. And if you're in Eastern or Central, if you're in Central, you can use the Eastern time zone.
Okay.
So here is a picture.
Perfect. I can see it for April.
Okay, of the Good Timing Guide, and so you can see it's color coded. It's easy to see.
Yes, I see the dates, and I see green, yellow, and red lines, and then as you shift it, can you shift it over to the other direction? I see on the right side there's these codes that have like a little flag, a person running, a telephone, and
handshake.
A handshake.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about what these colors are and how they relate to those.
Okay, so the little finish line flag here, he's basically telling you that if you started a new start on a particular date.
Yeah, let's take April 6th, where I can see very clearly.
April 6th. Okay, so if you started a project on April 6th, it has a green final result. That means that at the end of the project, when you get to the end of the project, it will have a satisfactory or meet your expectations. It will have a satisfactory final result.
Yeah, but if I look on the one next to it, it's red, so I assume that's not good.
That's not good because the red means there's a timeout, and timeouts indicate that you can't score because the ball is not in play.
Okay.
So when we try to do important activities during a timeout, it just means that we are rewarded with nothing. So nothing comes of it. And
so if I started a project on April 5th, according to your guide, can you actually pop it up a little bit? So if I started on April 5th, I see red, so that project is probably not going to have a successful start. And could it have a successful finish, even though it had an unsuccessful start?
No, because it's the finish line. It probably would not ever start.
Whoa.
It probably would not ever start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whereas if I
probably not come together enough to start.
But if I waited just a day on April 6th, the actual project would actually be a green, which
Right.
means it would be a successful project, as successful as I could make it, right? So
Right.
some of it's based on my own astrology, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right, and just the choices that you make and the thoughts that you think. Few things like that.
Yeah, if I'm like, oh, this will never work, guess what? It won't work.
That's right.
Okay, so then the flag tells me the completion date, but then I also see the little runner and then the communication and then the other one. So,
Right, so the little running man is telling you about what the energy for new starts is like, how easy it is, or how challenging it might be. The top line is telling you the final result, whereas the little running man is telling you, here's what the energy is going to be like for the new start. And it's good. It's very important in things like manufacturing and marketing and physical activities, those sorts of things.
Right.
You know, if you're going to take a hike, I always look at that.
Yeah, so when I look at the April 5th and 6th on that chart, it's yellow, which means caution?
Yeah, it means, caution, because there's some kind of a challenge going on that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I happen to know that there's a lot of challenge at that time. And so it could be an interesting period, fairly explosive, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't know from that whether it's explosive or maybe frustrating or something else might be happening. The way you find out what that is like is from my newsletters.
Okay, got it. So your newsletters will give some more flesh around that.
Yeah, give you the detail of what's in the guide, yeah.
Okay, and then let's go through the fourth one. So the third one is the little telephone.
Right.
And I noticed on the 5th it's yellow and on the 6th it's green. Does that mean cautionary for making phone calls, sending emails? What does it mean?
Okay, so when it's yellow, it's just telling you that there are some challenges in the communications.
Okay.
So this might be something like technologies, okay, or it might be the actual conversation that you're having with somebody is challenging.
Right.
You know, somebody might be getting angry or upset, or somebody is uncommunicative or something of that sort. And so when it's green, communications are easy and flowing. Transportation is the same way, and computers are the same way. They're all on that line for the telephone.
And this could be in a business context. Like, don't have a sales call on that day, but also probably don't go on a date that day, because that's just generally speaking, right? Communications that day, regardless of the context, are going to be difficult.
Would be more challenging. You
more challenging.
Probably wouldn't want your first date then.
And then tell us the last line with the handshake. Is that related to contracts, or what's that?
It is. It's related to contracts, negotiations, and it's the relationship behind the contract.
Ah.
So, you know, the little telephone line is actually the piece of paper that you sign,
Right.
but the relationship behind the contract is the handshake line.
Okay, so if I'm negotiating a contract, I'm looking at the 5th and 6th and saying those would be good days for negotiation, or actually the 6th. The 6th
because it would have a good final result.
Right. Interesting. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So tell us that. So it sounds like you have all sorts of clients that run their business this way.
Yes, I do. And they're all over the country. And even just in the last couple of days, I have people from France and Mexico and New Zealand that have ordered the guide.
Okay.
So, you know, people use it all over the world.
And tell us your website, so if people want to order this guide, how they go about getting it.
Okay. There's two websites. The easiest one is askmadeline.com, AskMadeline.com.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.